Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to Yog Vaashishtha evening sessions. नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ. टुडे वी आर ऑन डे 74. आज हम लोग 74वें सत्र पे पहुंच चुके हैं. यह सत्र अपना इवनिंग का जो होता है वो अंग्रेजी में होता है और इसी सत्र को हम लोग मॉर्निंग में जो होते हैं वो हिंदी में हम लोग इसको कथन करते हैं. तो रोज की तरह आज के सत्र की शुरुआत भी ओम का नाद करने से करते हैं. लेट अस ऑल क्लोज अवर आईज. अपनी आंखें बंद कर ले. सिट कंफर्टेबली. आराम से बैठ जाए. Bring back our attention to our breath. अपना ध्यान अपनी सांस के ऊपर ले आए. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and let go. Dropping all your past, come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome this present moment by chanting Om 3 times. Let us awaken the divinity within. गुरु का आवाहन कर ले. आवाहनम. पुनः पुनः. Let us express our gratitude towards the divinity, towards the master. गुरु वंदना करें. गुरुर् ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः. Let us pray to the master. गुरु से प्रार्थना करने. अपने मुख से निकलने वाले हर एक शब्द, हर एक वाणी, whatever the words that we speak, अपने सारे कर्म एवं विचार, whatever the actions that are happening and the thoughts that are coming into our mind, the power of discrimination arising in our intellect and the impressions that are getting created in the memory, if any. अपने बुद्धि के अंदर जागृत होने वाला विवेक और अपने स्मृति के अंदर तैयार हो रहे संस्कार यदि हो रहे हो तो, और यदि अब भी जो अहम का थोड़ा बहुत भाव बाकी है वह भी, और यह सारे भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना कर ले. And if still there is an iota of I, me, let thy be and all this be inspired by the Master alone. मुक्ति और मुमुक्षत्व की राह पे चलने वाले हम लोग यदि इसी क्षण जीवन मुक्ति का, सदेह मुक्ति का अनुभव कर ले, या यदि आप ऑलरेडी मुक्त हो गए हो तो यह उर्वरित जीवन और किसी कारणवश यहाँ पे लौट के आना पड़े तो वह भी और यह सारे भी गुरु की प्रेरणा से ही प्रेरित हो, ऐसी प्रार्थना कर ले. We people walking on the path of liberation experience the liberation, the freedom right now, this moment, or if you're already liberated, let this remaining life, and if I have to come back here again to express some gratitude, to do seva or to spread this knowledge, let thy be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. Feel the presence of the Master within and outside, and slowly and gradually, with a gentle smile on your face, you may open your eyes. अपने भीतर और बाहर गुरु का सानिध्य महसूस करते हुए धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. जय गुरुदेव. सो आज के इस सत्र को हम लोग आगे बढ़ाते हैं. लेट्स कंटिन्यू विथ आवर सेशन. टुडे वी आर ऑन डे 74. All our Zoom participants, all our YouTube viewers and all our Facebook viewers, इन सभी का भी आज के इस सत्र में स्वागत है. You are all welcome to proceed with this session. Today we have reached the sub chapter number 56. This is about Tapasvi. His name is Udhhalaka. So it is his story, it is his Vrittant, it is his history. That is Vaashishtha Muni is narrating to Prabhu Ramchandra ji. So now very beautifully it has come to this point. We have seen how we have gone through the dispassion, Vairagya Prakaran, then Moksha Vyavahara Prakaran, how your actions and what are your activities should be, what is the thought process that you need to go through, understanding the creation of this entire universe, how do we exist in this universe, how do we actually live in a day-to-day routine life, and then we are on this fifth chapter now. How do we do the upsham? Upsham means on dissolution. Dissolution of what? Dissolution of this mind. And then slowly and gradually, one after another story, Vaashishtha Muni is explaining these details, very minute. Now he has started working on a little bit that carvings in that art. If somebody is preparing an idol or doing a painting, now they are doing that. That thing is happening, and then after that we will see that there will be an Nirvana Prakaran. This chapter and the 7th chapter, Nirvana Prakaran, liberation, the Mukti, Moksha. How that is, how that will be. That is the journey will continue. So I guess Upasharam Prakaran, where do we stand? We are on 56th chapter. There are total 61 chapters, till the end of Upasham Prakaran. So now we are going through the Udhhalaka story. After this, there will be a story of a Surughu. Surughu is another character here, the story about that. Then there will be story will come about Bhav and Vilas. And in the end, the 61 chapter will be the Vitahavya. Vitahavya Muni, his chapter will come, and then from onwards that there will be a Nirvana Prakaran, Purva and Uttara. That means there are two chapters, 6th and 7th chapter for the Nirvana Prakaran. Now, by this time already that dispassion has already been established. It's already been there when we are continuing this in these sessions. Now that we have also started working on this thing, that how it should be, we have to go ahead and achieve the dissolution, how to dissolve this mind using various methods. There are various methods that comes. So one of the method that very prominently used is something called as meditation or dhyan. Now here this Udhhalaka is there, and while doing all these practices, when we go through these practices, at one point of time or another point of time or intermittently in between, wherever we are, this state comes into our mind that I am doing things and things are not proceeding the way it should be, because we have a very definite concept about the things, what happens when we do this. So we wait for that to happen, or we wait for that, okay, when will I reach to that state of nirvana or liberation or free? Or else there are also state that comes, what is I have been doing, have I really reached anywhere or not, what is the guarantee, how do I measure that, where do I stand today? And then, okay, I have achieved some things and then I'm not able to maintain that. Okay, I sit meditation, I do them practices and then I get something out of it, but then I am not able to maintain that. Now this is what is exactly happening with Udhhalaka also. And how does Udhhalaka gets over it? That is something which we'll see now. Let's continue with the flow, what is happening with Udhhalaka here. So on this Vaashishtha Muni is addressing Rama. Hey Rama, once upon a time there was this this Udhhalaka who is doing all his tapacharya, he is doing all his tenas. So he's been sitting over in the, there is a Parvat, there is a mountain called Gandhamandana, and in that Gandhamandana temple, now he is Gandhamandana, not temple, the Gandhamandana mountain, he is going and sitting at one tree and doing all his daily routine of tapacharya. What are the things that he's been practicing? The yoga, abhyasa, the meditation, contemplating on his mind, various methods and some techniques that he's following over there. So he is the tapasvi, he is definitely walking on the path, but he has not yet succeeded. What he thinks according to him is mukti moksha, and according to that he has not yet reached there. It's a work in progress model. Okay, so now here Vaashishtha Muni addresses Rama that, hey Rama, whatever this body, whatever we see this body, which is made up by these 5 elements, then there are different existence of this, our existence that we see in Art of Living Happiness program also. Well, all this body, then your breath and your mind, your intellect, your memory, your ego, and the one which you are self, all these existence. And then with this, the surrounding Srishti, the Jal, I am this is my my existence, and then other than that there is something else also that with an open eye I perceive all through all the 5 senses, and then beyond this also there is something which I am not able to perceive. No, that is the Chaitanya, that is the truth, but I can only experience it at the level of experience. That's self. Considering and looking at this, he starts thinking, he starts contemplating about what is this, that self-inquiry has done, and how that happens, how do we go and perceive the things via all this body and Panchendriya. So this is exactly how we can go ahead and dissolve this mind. This is exactly what has happened with Udhhalaka, and let me tell you, so that is how Vaashishtha Muni addresses Rama. Rama also agrees that, okay, Bhagavan, he addressed him with a godly name, Bhagwan. That yes, I am definitely, I am also curious to listen to that. Prama means that in the order, what has exactly happened with the story of Udhhalak, and then he also shows his readiness with gratitude. So he says, please, yes, please tell me, I'm also ready to listen. And that is where Vashishtha Muni starts that on this Gandhamandana mountain, there was this Rishi who was sitting on the below the tree, and his name was Udhhalak. He was a tapasvi, he was a yogi, so he used to be doing all his practices and the techniques that he has learned, that he has read about it, he has learned from his master. He used to practice all that. Now, what used to happen whenever he sit for that meditation, then some point of time he used to experience the deep meditation, and then after that again he would come back again. His mind will go and get attracted toward the vishayas, means the tendencies of the mind to go outward and do something. Sankalpa, samvikalpa. Let me do this. Let me do that. Doubt on this technique. Doubt on that. Will this work? Is it going to work? Not. All these things was whoring onto his mind, and because of any one of such things, he used to come back in his thing, and then his meditation would be broken. Now, when we are walking on this path, and when we have been introduced this, every meditator who has been walking on this path have gone through this one or another states, for sure. This experience is something which is there, it comes. So now this is what happens, that when this Udhalaka, he is continuing to, there is that viveka that happens. It comes. He has been doing all these things. He has been doing, he has read the scriptures, he has been doing all his pujas and all these things properly. He has been doing his mantra japa and all this properly. So he was completely walking that path. His daily routine also was set. So he was following all the nama, niyama, and the tapa and the tapacharya and the discipline, all this, he is doing all that. So while doing this tapacharya over a period of time, now that viveka dawns in him, and through that viveka now he starts to say that, okay, now I want to really get to the root of this, because I have been doing this from quite some time, and let me with the complete pure shuddha and shubha chitta, means that in the mind, with that complete pure mind, let me go and do contemplate on this, that what is this all about, and what whenever I will in reality I go and experience the depth of no mind state. When will I experience that? Not all these mirror means this, all these not so important things that it keeps on running after. When will I get come out of this vicious life cycle? It keeps on happening continuously, after one itcha after another itcha, one desire after another, after that another. This is the vicious life cycles of this desire that I get into. Then I get into all the other things like these vishayas, the outward journey of your mind, that wanting something, want to do something, achieving something, this success, that success, this sankalpa, that vikalpa, this is good, that is bad. All this, all the kama, krodha, lobha, mada, moha, matsya, the greed, anger, entanglement, all this pride and all these things, the 6 distortions, and then outward journey of these spices. I get stuck into all these things. When will I come out of this? Now he's contemplating on this, because of the power of discrimination is now arise, that viveka have been jagrut, and it is now guiding him that, okay, go ahead on this path, think like this. So he starts thinking. Then other than that, even though I against my desire, whenever even I don't desire it, how does this body functions like it? Sometimes I even don't want to do it, still it goes and do that. I will stop myself, and I'm not able to control, haven't say over my control over my senses. So all these things, how does it happen? When will I achieve that paramapada? Means that, okay, I'll sit for the meditation, and then that I will be really be established into that, when that thing will happen. So something like that, a drop of a dough, it falls on the leaf of a lotus, and then it just doesn't stay. It doesn't hold on to it. It will just roll over. So like that, all these things will come, and when it will just roll over, I will not get attached to that. No, that moha, that entanglement. I will not be with that. So like this, he is continue to think that when will I get that thing in my life? When will I get that Vishranti, means that complete rest, that okay, I'm just close my eyes and I'm going to take my rest, and then that's it. And you have achieved that complete peace of your mind, that complete bliss of your just I am. When will I achieve that? So he's thinking like this, when will I just like I do, when will this thing will happen? That just like the Bhagwan, is I think the Paramatma who just sits, and then he just once sits, he just can see that okay, there is a light, that is the, he just be there, in that state of mind. When will that happen to me? No, so like that he is contemplating, when will that sthiti, that thing will arise in me? When will I be able to drop this? Then like this Janmandhar, means he says that the one who is just like a blindfold, surrounded by that ignorance, cloud of ignorance, and because of that not able to reach to that state. When will I experience that Atma Prakasha? I mean, that which is said, okay, I have read about it, I have heard about it, that the soul itself is then Swayam Prakashit, means the self-illuminative, self-luminous. When will I achieve that state? When will I experience that? You see, now he has something formed, something read about it, something formed. So he has formed some concept about the things, how the Atma Gyani should be and how it should not be. So based on that, now he is thinking, when will I achieve that? When that will happen to me? When I will continue to walk on this path of Vairagya and Yoga, and the continuous practice of that, this practice of your dispassion and practice of your yoga, and with continuous study of that, when will I achieve that complete blissful state? That chitta, when will I be able to drop this, and when will I achieve this? No, and then also this kala gavana, this what is happening with my life and the time that is flowing. No, just leaving this time frame also, when I will establish in myself, where I will not notice the time also. It does just be still, in that stillness of the place. I'll just be in that moment, and that moment will continue just like that. When will I get that kind of experience? Now again, like this, he continues, that if someone who is go into the just like a mountain, he looks at the Ganna Mandana mountain and look at how stable this mountain is. It's just stable. When will I sit and just be stable like this? When this kriya, this continuous chattering mind, which is which is continuously think one thought after another thought after another, when that thing will stop and I will become stable. When my mind will get into that nirvikalpa samadhi, when there is no sankalpa, there is no vikalpa, there is no thoughtless, and just like a stone, that just like that mountain, I will become still. Then when that will happen, that this unmat ahankar, means that this ego which keeps popping up in between, that I am the doer, I am doing this, look at me, how much of good I am, how good I am doing my asanas, how good I am doing all these things. That ahankar that pops up, because of that also I am not able to become still here. Not able to do this. When did see his mind, how his mind is now going on. Now he thinks that okay, when that will happen, probably he has read some stories how the Rishimuni used to do this tapasya, and how they used to sit quiet, and how the sparrows and all the birds, they used to come and then sit on his head, sit on his shoulders. Means he's that stable. No, that even the birds also doesn't mind coming. That is that pure, that they are not frightened. The birds are not frightened. And he is that still, just like a vriksha, is completely like that. The sparrows will come and sit on his head, and he's like, so he's like, when that will happen to me, when I'll become that stable, no, like a yogi, the still yogi, when those sparrows will come and sit on, look at mind now, how is the mind is going, he's thinking like this. So like this, when he is thinking like this, now he is every day, single day, but he is doing all this thing, so like this chintan karke, this thinking this thought, he started, he sat on the below one tree, and he started doing again and again the study of meditation. Now, when he used to do this study, one thing again, this monkey mind that will come, that will pitch him here and there, and his meditation will be broken. He is not able to complete his meditation. I'll go deeper into meditation. Again, he'll open up eyes and then wonder what is this happening. Again, whenever he sits for the meditation, again his mind will go out. Okay, I want to do this. I want to do that. Then all this, whatever the panchendriyas, he probably feel like eating something, then he will feel like doing something. So all that things, kama, krodha, lobha, mada, motsha, all these things will, and five senses and its senses, his vrittis, that he will get caught up into that. Again, his things will not continue. So then sometimes whenever he is sitting, and then just like the tortoise which is there, that how does the tortoise does it? It just pulls his all the angas inside his shell, and then he just becomes stable. So like this, all these indriyas, five senses which keeps going outward, when will I be able to retrieve that? Now he is referring here to the pratyahara. How will we be able to do that pratyahara? In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there is one thing that is being said. How will I be able to do that? And then my mind will become very pure, the nirmal mind. When I able to do that for some point of time, immediately this is with the influence of Sattva Guna. When I am able to do this, immediately the Rajo Guna and the Tamas will pop up. And because of this thing, again, I will come out of that meditation. I am not able to experience that Sthira Samadhi, that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. I am not able to experience it like this. So on the path, when he is walking on this path, now these are all the different things that is coming as an obstacle in his life. So he thinks that whenever many times now he's expressing it, so this is what is happening with him. So many times when he sits for the yoga abhyasa, when will that thing happen? Just like a sun, that light that will come, that stage, that luminous things that will experience. Sometimes he will experience that, and again in the next moment he will lose that. And again his chitta will go outward, and that will disappear. So now he is walking his work in progress model, but what is happening? He is not able to continue with that over a longer period. So he is able to come out of. So like this, when he was thinking, when will I happen? When will I get into that Shiva Sthiti, Shivam, Shivam? When will I get into that Brahma Sarupa Sthiti? So like that. So just like a very frightened bird, and then how does it behave? It is just like that. Its things are happening with him. Now he's putting all his effort and not reaching not getting the success, or not getting the destination according to what he is thinking is a destination. Because of all these things, he comes, and then he also thinks all these vrittis, all these tendencies is just like an ignorance of the cloud. And when I drop that, sometimes I do experience that Atma Prakasha, and then that thing, and suddenly he will fall asleep. Sometimes he's very tired and he'll fall asleep. We have an experience of this, that when we do meditation or in advanced course meditations, when we do one after another, and then we say, okay, I'm meditating, and then after that you find yourself that you are sleeping, could not do the meditation. So all these things, these are all obstacles that comes to his life. Then again the Trishna, that desires, that cravings, that furiousness about doing the things. Now he wants to do that thing, that achieve that state. Now that furiousness is still there. So that furiousness, that Trishna is still there for the desire. So because of that, instead of getting deeper into it, again he will come back to this, and then he will get entangled into the worldly activities. Now, looking at this thing, now he is saying that this Udhhalaka Muni, he has really feeling very sad about it. And because of that, he is not able to continue on this path, and he is into get into Brahm. So he leaves this Gandha Bandhana, and now he starts traveling. He's looking after not knowing what he is supposed to do. So while on this path, these are all the obstacles that comes. No? These obstacles are also very beautifully explained in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So we have gone through this earlier also. Let us just recap what happens when the people, because there are many people who will walk on this path. There are many people probably not introduced to art of living courses and not having these things. And when they walk on this path, suddenly they will feel that I'm not able to read this. It's very confusing, not able to understand, and they will stop reading it. Many obstacles, even in going to this knowledge. When you are doing your yoga abhyasa, when you are doing yoga, pranayama, meditation, all your pratyahara, dhyana, dharana, samadhi, all these 8 limbs of yoga which are taught while walking on this path, you will be exposed to these obstacles. So Patanjali Yoga Sutra very beautifully explains those 9 obstacles. So the first obstacle that what comes when you sit for the meditation or when you do your practice, of any kind of practice, your body doesn't support. The first thing that body will get into is the vyadhi. व्याधि इज द फिजिकल इलनेस, शारीरिक जो अपने जो रोग उत्पन्न हो जाते हैं उस रोग की वजह से यू आर नॉट एबल टू कंटिन्यू योर प्रैक्टिस. The first will be the vyadhi that will come into picture. The second that will come is the sthana. Sthana means, now we have seen the sharirik vyadhi. Now sthana is the manasik, means it is at the level of your mind. You will feel that there is a lack of interest, there is a lack of enthusiasm, not feeling like doing it. There is no interest in that. Just that enthusiasm, that zeal, which we start the thing with at the start, and that doesn't continue over a period of time. That is called as sthana. That is an obstacle that comes. Then the third obstacle from that is the sanshaya. Whether I am reading this scripture, I am going through this knowledge, I am doing this practice. Doubt on the self, doubt on the master, doubt on the technique, doubt on the knowledge, doubt on the book. All different, whether I will be able to do it or not, whether I'll reach there or not, all such doubts, samshaya, that also comes into picture, which becomes an obstacle on this path. Then comes the pramada. Pramada means knowing something which is good for you and not doing it, and doing something, knowing something which is bad for you and still doing it. That is called as pramada. So that is what is happens now. This on the path of this is what it comes, that you will fall into this kind of situation. That pramada, your body doesn't listen to you. Angame jayatva, that body also doesn't listen to you, and that you get into this state called pramada. So this will come. Then the next will come is your alasya, laziness. That is also at the level of your body, physical laziness that will come. That okay, I do this, I know it will benefit me, but I'm feeling so lazy about it. Doing what is it that I have to go again? The same thing will happen. All these things that will become another obstacle on this path. So that is called as alasya. The next thing that will be experienced is something called as avirati. Avirati means the same thing what we have seen today. That 5 senses and its tendency is a vritti to go outward. So that is called as avirati. This trishna, that trishna related to the vishaya, the 5 senses, and its going outward tendencies, that is called as avirati. So that thing will happen, and because of that we see our mind gets stuck into all these other things, and then you don't, when you are not supposed to eat, you will eat more. You know that you are diabetic, you are not supposed to eat sweet, and you'll go and eat sweet, and then you will suffer. So that is called as avirati. Because of the avirati, you go through the pain, you go through the suffering in life, and that becomes an obstacle into your path of yoga. Then the next thing comes is the Bhranti Darshana. Things that doesn't exist, it's just a hallucination, it is just an illusion, and you'll get caught up into that. You'll get caught up into concept. You'll get caught up into concept about the enlightenment. You'll get caught up into the concept about the path. You'll get caught up into the concept about the things, how they should be. We say in many religions, these concepts are there. The only one who can become enlightened is the one who doesn't have wealth. If you are having wealth, you can be enlightened. Many times people think, oh, you have to drop all these things, you have to go and ask for the rickshaw, go and beg. and then only your ego will get down. It will some point of time with all these techniques do help. They have a reason why it has been said so. Why you have to do the tyaga of this Lakshmi, this wealth, no? Because it can become a cause of your hurdle in your path. But then having a very firm concept about it, that if you do this only then you will attain, or the one who is not enlightened, having such concepts will become an obstacle. It will be Bhranti. You get into this Bhranti Darshana. This Bhranti is also about these concepts. It's about also fear, something which does not exist, and suddenly you start feeling fear about it, feeling fear about ghosts, feeling fear about the situation, feeling fear about the people. No, suddenly this Bhranti. So this is this Yoga Maya, this Bhranti is very, it takes it takes control of them, and then they will get stuck into walking on this path. So Bhranti Darshana. So that is also there. Then the next thing is called as Alabdha Bhumikatva. Alabdha Bhumikatva means what? Now what is happening with Udhhalaka here? He is able to go through that thing, means Alabdha Bhumikatva, that I am practicing these days, but I am not reaching anywhere. I'm not achieving anything. I'm doing it and I'm not able to achieve anything out of it. I'm still there. That state of your being, that is called as Alabdha Bhumikatva, not able to meditate, not able to go deeper into Samadhi. That is Alabdha Bhumikatva. Then the next state that comes, obstacle that comes, is called Anavasti Tattva. Anavasti Tattva means what? Okay, I am able to meditate for some time, but then I am not able to continue that experience for a longer time. Okay, I go and do my Sudarshan Kriya, or do my Sahaj in the morning, but then throughout the day when I go, and then that thing doesn't stay 24/7. Not able to maintain the state, that state which is continuously united. Yeah, I sit for the meditation. For a couple of minutes, I'm able to maintain the meditation, and after that, again, all these things, whatever Udhhalaka is going through, we also go through this. That state is called as Anavasti Tattva. Now, it is not just for that 20 minutes. You're sitting for the meditation and it's not happening. It is not just that. I have been doing meditation, Sudarshan Kriya, Yoga, Abhyasa practice from last 20 years. But see, whatever that thing comes, whatever the things that comes, I'm not able to maintain that. No, I'm not able to continuously maintain that. Anavasti Tattva. This feeling, this thing that hold on to us, and then what happens because of this? You leave that practice. That is again another bad thing, that you should continue again and again and again, and because of that, either you do not see any result which you seek, so according to your concept, or else you, according to your concept, you are getting that experience, and then you are not able to hold on to it for a longer period of time. Anavasti Tattva, that becomes another obstacle in the path of this yoga. So that is now why that is going through this. These are some of the obstacles that every yogi goes through, these paths, these obstacles in life, and the one who shines, that like a gold, like that diamond, is the one who goes through that tennis, that discipline. That is what the tapasya is. And to do that, it need not be, you have to leave everything what you are doing. While doing all the other things also, you can spend that time and do this irrespective of whatever ashrama you are following. No, either you are in brahmacharya ashram, or you are married and you are doing your grihastha ashram, or you are into vanaprastha ashram. There is no starting. There is no good starting. Every time, whenever, whatever age you are, you just start with this. That is the good time for you. More the better, earlier the better. So walking on this path is wandering here and there, thinking all this obstacle that is coming out of it. He is completely fed up. He is started wandering here, looking at the things here and there. While looking at this, one final day, he sees this guha is there. There is a place in the mountain. There is a cave, and he goes and enters into that cave, and he looks at it that, okay, no, even nobody can come here, even the birds doesn't come, even the wild animals doesn't enter over there. It's a very quiet place, and there is no sound also, there is no disturbance of any kind. And now he thinks like, okay, this is the good place, let me enter into silence, nishabda, okay, let me enter into silence and let me go here and do my meditation. So like this, he prepares his asana over there, and he goes, and with the silence, complete silence, he goes and complete thing, he just like a muni, he goes and prepare his siddhasana over there. And then what happens with him, let that be a surprise. That is something which we'll see tomorrow. What is the story continues tomorrow. So very beautiful. So these things we all go through. So I would like to hand over this session to you. Please kindly do express, what are all the things that happened with you? How did your journey went through it? What are the obstacles that you have come across? We can share that experience also. How we overcome it is something that will come tomorrow. So let us express that. This will be very beautiful when anybody sees this video probably something, they will also be able to relate, yes, this is also happening with me. Okay, this is also happening with me. So it's very common, it happens with other people. So it's okay, let me continue, let me not leave this path. No, it does happen. It's not just you. It's not just you go through the misery, not just you. Many people have gone through this, no? This life, this ananta life, this life is like this. Many people have gone through this life. It's okay. It's okay to go through this, go through it, and you will come back. They also came back out of this. You will also come back. It's the promise of the master that you continue to walk on this path. With that note, I'd like to hand over this session to you. Please express the way you want to express. Jai Gurudev. The session will be open now. I'll be unmute. You will be able to unmute yourself and you'll be able to express. Jai Gurudev.
Yeah. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, Jani ji. Yeah, please go ahead.
So I'm just going to share my understanding of the story and a few points that came from it. Okay, so this is the story of Udhhalaka, the sage, and it brings out the, points about discrimination, meditation, and pranayama. So discrimination meaning what we can understand, what really brings us true joy and what doesn't, and what is the truth and what is untruth, and what is real and what is unreal. So this story tells us about this. Udhhalaka was a sage. He was a young boy. He had a very good mind, and his mind was full of honor also. He was performing a lot of austerities, and he was following the rituals, and he was reading the scriptures. He was very interested in pursuing this path, and therefore he used to ponder a lot about it, and he did everything from the physical aspect of carrying out rites and rituals to reach a certain stage. Okay, but he was not able to reach that stage immediately. It took him some time, and he thought, this is a particular thought of his, what is the best of gains which once obtained leaves nothing else required for our rest. That means, what is the one thing that we need which stops us from wanting more? So this is the thought that came. He just wanted that one thing which stops him from asking for anything further. And then he also had another thought, when shall I find my permanent rest in the state of holy thoughtfulness? Okay, thoughtlessness. So when will I get that permanent rest, and where there will be a situation where I'm considered holy and without thoughts, because one can be without thoughts in any kind of condition also. So he was wanting to know, when would this happen? And a third thought is, when shall I get over the stormy sea of unsteady desires? So the desires were tossing and turning him. He was in turmoil, and the desires were not steady. Like sometimes they come and sometimes they go. Intensity increases, intensity reduces. You have a desire and then you don't have it anymore. So, it was quite difficult with, for many of us. We also have these same questions. And these questions highlighted that he has to, work on this path a lot more. So he was wandering about with these thoughts, hoping that, they would somewhere, somehow he would find the answers. And then he came to a cave, which he found was quite tranquil and secluded, and where nobody would disturb him. And he felt quite at peace in that cave. And this cave was in the Gandhamandana mountain. So he decided to meditate there. And he thought that, okay, maybe now I will be able to get the answers to my questions, and I would be able to be as free as it is possible, as realized. And then while doing the meditation, he realized that the unrestrained mind flies like a bird to the objects of senses which are outside. So the mind could not be controlled so easily. And now we have 5 senses, and all the time the senses are pulling us outwards. So like a bird keeps going outwards. Whereas there are some creatures which have only one sense, and that one sense only gets them into a lot of trouble. So a man with 5 senses gets into like more than 5 times the trouble. So this is what he was doing. And after some time, after his meditation, still he did not, become fully realized. And he decided to go around. He was still conducting his normal duties. And he thought maybe in some time. So then he started asking himself, where is the I situated? Where is the, ego situated in him, so that he could identify it and try to understand it? And what is the soul, and where is that also situated? So he was trying to discover his soul. Like, most of us would try to discover our soul, but it's not in the way that we think it is. Yeah, so this, and then the idea of egoism produces different types of selfish acts that make us, get into different sorts of misconduct and misery. So he realized that this was what was happening. So therefore, he tried to put aside his ego. And another thing that he thought about was the habit of long thinking also makes the truth appear like truth when actually it is like a mirage. So what happens is, as human beings, we have been thinking for a long time. And having been thinking for a long time, our thoughts tend to solidify. We give more power to our thoughts, and our thoughts are based on some unreal aspect. So then when we give more power to it, that unreal seems to us to become more real. But actually it is a mirage. So in the same way, his mind was thinking. Yeah, so this is up to where I have read. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev, that was really wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anything else that you would like to add, that when you started walking on this path, what are the obstacles that came in your path? How did you overcome that? We'll see tomorrow. But what are the obstacles that you faced, your personal own experience? It's good to add that, Jenny.
Yeah, no, actually, my obstacles would be like the people around me. They didn't believe much in this particular path. It was, unknown, and it was like uncharted territory. So they were not quite sure, like whether, I should be doing it or not. That was the major obstacle. But I was thinking I should try it, because we don't learn unless we do. We need to take some kind of, we need to try out something different where there is no risk, so as to say. Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely, that's okay. Anyone else who would like to speak on their takeaways or the obstacles that they have faced when they started their journey? Over to you all. You can unmute yourself and express.
Jai Gurudev, I can do, but I cannot on my video because of the internet issues.
That's
It's
fine.
a bit weak.
That's fine.
Yeah,
You can
yeah, yes. So being in this has given me lot of in this on this path is like plenty of experiences, and it's like too many. We have been crossing, like those who run a fast race, they come and then a hurdle is there, then you have to cross that hurdle and then again run like that. So the hurdles keep on coming, and it is a sign of growth also. I don't say they are bad, but actually it is a sign of your victory, how you go ahead. So being in the senses, with all those five senses, you are a victim to that. Coming out of that also helps, with this knowledge. So basically that self-inquiry, which is always there with a sharp intelligence, that what we have seen, it keeps on helping you going ahead in this, on this path. Okay, of course, self contemplation is also there. And now, as we saw, this ego sense, that is the best part of it, actually. So every time it keeps on coming, and the questions that you keep on asking yourself: what is liberation? How you are attached, have that object and subject within you, and then that experience of sorrow, and not to be born again. So all this, how to rest permanently in that state, in that Brahman. So there are plenty of questions which keep on going inside your mind. After that, of course, seeing some situations, there are some agitations which come up, you know, by your desires or by the cravings. So even that keeps on coming up, and then the mind keeps on, it's like goes on. You have to keep with that knowledge and your self inquiry, and mm, coming out of those mental conditionings which are happening to you every time, and then again giving yourself knowledge is what, I am that infinite consciousness. So all this keeps on happening, and it is like every time, it's not that once only. Of course, we go up to that state, we sit in meditation, we learn that, but all that restlessness, everything comes up again. Again, those are reflected inside within yourself. And the ego sense and the illusions of the self limitations, which gives you a false validity. Of course, even that is there. It keeps on going in. So that what you call that manthan is on till you come to one side, and so there is some nectar, some poison, something or the other, that also comes out. So going on being with that, just, it is like just growing all that you're going ahead in within yourself. So that is the main thing. And of course, it's again, the self is free from the ego, and therefore it is beyond being and non-being. So taking up to that, in your inner, um those it's all that. Yeah. So yeah, it keeps on. Whatever you are just goes on inside. Yeah. So this, I am not this, I am that, even that goes on. So it is, it's actually a journey, if you can call, just goes on. See, here also they're explaining the same thing. Vaashishtha also, even Udhhalaka is also taking it in his own this. He reflects on that. So whatever we hear, we reflect on that also. So that is how we come out of our self limitations, that illusions that we are here in. And then I am the consciousness which is untouched by all these. So let us be in that journey. That is what I feel. It's a good one. Yeah. So let me. Yeah, it's a good one to be. Yeah. And every day a new version of yourself comes up. So even that is nice then. Yeah, I feel that.
Absolutely,
So
Sangeeta ji.
thank you for letting me express myself.
Anybody else would like to express what are the obstacles that come when we walk on this path? What happens to you? What was your own experience when you started this journey? Or do you still feel, okay, there are still some obstacles are still there, or you feel that, oh, no obstacles, it's all going well? Whatever your expression is, if you want to express that, please do express.
जय गुरुदेव।
जय गुरुदेव विनय, please go.
आज जो भी गुरुदेव ने like हमारे साथ किया है ना, each and every bit of thing you will find this in over here. जिनको कि मतलब तपस्या करनी पड़ती थी, कहाँ कहाँ जाना पड़ता था, वो गुरुदेव ने कितने सहज भाव से थपेड़े दे के आई एम लुकिंग एट मी ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग कि मैं क्या थी और क्या हो गए, मतलब टोटली जस्ट शेप्ड अस in a very soft manner, है ना. I was not aware कि मैं कब ऐसा हो गई, ऐसा अभी भी चल रहा है, it's going on. It's not that the journey is got over, I'm getting some pinnacle, no. But the thing is that जब ये मैं योग वशिष्ठा सुन रही हूँ ना, लोगों मतलब उनको ऋषि मुनियों को कितना तपस्या करना पड़ता था, जो कि हम ये इसी के दौरान I just got many a times the enlightened feelings, you know. और भ्रांति दर्शन तो बहुत होता था बीच बीच में, you know. कभी कभी जैसे मुझे लगता था अरे लाइट मिल गई, then you know next moment ही गुरुदेव बोलते थे ऐसे बहुत बार होगा, इसमें फंसना नहीं. Then again we shaped. So गुरु सदगुरु जो होता है ना, उसका वाणी इतनी अमृत वाणी होती है कि वो बस एक सेंटेंस बोलते हैं और हमारा थॉट प्रोसेस में चेंजेस आने लगते हैं. दैट इज द ब्यूटी जो मैंने फील किया. और पैटर्न में बहुत फंस जाते थे पहले, है ना. ये जगह है, ये प्लेस है, यही मेरा है, ये एरिया मेरा है, उस पैटर्न में, इस थॉट प्रोसेस में फंसना. मेनी टाइम्स इट हैपेंड व्हिच ही हैज ब्रोकन, यू नो. और शुरू में ना क्या था कि आई वाज इन दुर्गापुर, वेस्ट बंगाल. तो वहाँ हम आई वाज द यू नो इनिशिएटर, यू कैन से द, है ना, द स्टार्टिंग वहीं से शुरुआत. तो मेरे घर में 2-3 लोगों का सत्संग से स्टार्ट करते तो एक है ना प्राइड आने लगा था. ओ आई एम डूइंग दिस, आई एम डूइंग, वो कर्ता भाव आ रहा था. फिर है ना धीरे धीरे बड़ा ईगो भी आने लगा कि अरे मैं तो इतना सेवा कर रही हूँ, मैं तो गुरुदेव को मेरा बात सुनना चाहिए. All these things, you know, it happened initially, but now slowly when we become so soft and supple, I'm so thankful to my master that he has blossomed us like anything, you know, without knowing us, without putting us in a screwed manner, है ना. नॉर्मली क्या होता है, जो गुरु होता है ना, वो बड़ा एकदम स्ट्रिक्ट होता है अपने शिष्य के लिए. वो सब चीजें हमें पता ही नहीं चला कब हमारी लाइफ में चेंज आ गया. सो आई एम रियली ग्रेटफुल टू माय मास्टर दैट व्हाटएवर ही हैज गिवन. एंड एवरी टाइम एडवांस कोर्स जब करती हूँ ना, एक ये जो जितनी ऑब्स्टिकल्स है ना, वो ब्रेक हो रही हैं. तो लाइक यू नो अंदर ही अंदर बहुत कुछ चलता है. और जो ज्ञानी हो जाते हैं ना, जब थोड़ा सा कुछ मिलने लगता है ना, वो भी गुरु की वजह से, गुरु के ग्रेस की वजह से. तो ऐसा भी फील होता है ना, जैसे कि हाँ मैं एनलाइटेंड सोल हूँ, मुझे कुछ क्या बढ़िया से वो एकदम नीचे सामान रख के और हमें बताते हैं गुरुदेव. तो वो मुझे बहुत बार हुआ है, और उसको ब्रेक भी हुआ है तो नॉलेज से ही ब्रेक हुआ है, गुरु के ज्ञान से ही ब्रेक हुआ है. शायद मैं इससे पहले भी अगर इसको भी पढ़ती तो मैं एक निष्पक्ष भाव से नहीं, इसको मेरे कंटेंट की तरह से नहीं पढ़ती मैं, है ना. तो योग वशिष्ठा अभी वो रेलेवेंसी नजर आ रही है when it is applying on me, means like मेरे ऊपर जब हो रहा है, तो ज्ञान तो सुन तो लेते हैं, बहुत सारा ज्ञान है, कितना भरा पड़ा है स्क्रिप्चर्स, endless scriptures, but how much we are applying in our practical life, that is very, very important. That is very, very important. Otherwise, be natural, be all. क्योंकि हमारा गुरु कितना कुछ जानता है, how naturally, how बच्चे की तरह से खिलखिलाते हैं, बच्चों की तरह से एकदम. I just love to see his actions. कितने natural रहते हैं, you know. So we should be like that, you know. और मैंने तो patterns तो बहुत break किए हैं, मैंने बहुत break किए हैं. अब अभी तो क्या होता है, जब भी पैटर्न में फंसने लगती हूँ, एक अवेयरनेस आ गई, मतलब ऑटोमेटिकली लगता है कि हाँ मैं पैटर्न में फंस रही हूँ, यस आई हैव टू ब्रेक इट. सो दैट इज माय टेक अवे. ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, इट्स एन ऑसम सेशन. थैंक यू सो मच टू ऑल ऑफ यू.
Thank you so much, Binadi. That was a really very beautiful expression here of that. यदि आपकी जीवन में इस बात पे चल रहे हो और ऐसे ऑब्स्टेकल आते हैं, डोंट गेट कैरिड अवे. ये ऑब्स्टेकल्स आते हैं. अपने जो ऋषि है, ऋषि महर्षि पतंजलि, जो वशिष्ठ मुनि और कई सारे जो परंपरा ही है, गुरुओं की परंपरा, एंड राइट नाउ गुरु पूजा में तो कहते ही है ना, सदा शिव समारंभा शंकराचार्य मध्यमा अस्मत् श्री गुरु. अभी तो सदा शिव ने जो शुरू किया था, वो जो सारा बीच में रिवाइव किया शंकराचार्य ने, और राइट नाउ त्रिगुणा सहित गुरुदेव इज देयर इन आवर लाइफ, who is reviving this knowledge, no, is taking us ahead on this path. Have that faith, no, have that belief, which is very beautifully come up by Binaji also. Have that faith in that master, because not having that faith is also an obstacle. It becomes an obstacle on your path. That doubts, that samshaya, that is an obstacle. So just if you are going through any of such obstacles, it's good idea that they come. It's acknowledging that yes, they do come, and it has come on all the, in everybody's life. Nobody has left out of it. It has come, so it's okay. Don't let the path go. And then how does Udhhalaka takes over this? Binaji added that how she could take over because of the master. How Udhhalaka comes out of it, what is the Yog Vaashishtha knowledge tells us about it, that is something which we'll see tomorrow. And then we'll share our own experiences also. The way Binaji have beautifully added here, that yes, I came across these obstacles. Today was the days of obstacles, reviving, acknowledging that yes, obstacles do exist. Tomorrow we'll see which are all the different methods by using which we can come out of those obstacles. Means your own experience, it could be the grace of the master, the knowledge that is coming from the master, it could be the scripture, whatever. What is it that one can take out of this? Because all these things happen. Even this I did not mention that, but this siddhis also. Now there are ashta siddhis that one gets on the path of walking on this path, and then walk shuddhi comes. That anima, that garima, and all this they are explained. All this will sometime if we get time we'll go into details of that. And such siddhis does come on this path. Or oh, I have been doing this all this time, I did not get any siddhi. Look at me, I did not get any siddhi also. Getting stuck into that, or even after getting the siddhi, getting stuck in again in that. Look at me, look at the miracle that I can do. In both the way, these are all obstacles on your path. All are obstacles on your path. And acknowledge that yes, they are obstacles. The moment you are able to acknowledge that, the moment you are aware about it, it's an obstacle. Now you know, I need to, or at least you know that this is my obstacle and I need to get over on this obstacle. So in wellness program also they said identify your patterns, identify your obstacle, identifying and problem. In software industry we say that the moment you have understood your problem, it is already 50% already resolved. Now the remaining 50% you have to work on the solution. No? Identifying and there are many people are not aware. उनके problems क्या है वही फिर जानते नहीं है. So today was a day of identifying your obstacles, identifying that, acknowledging that yes, they are the obstacle. Unless until you don't accept it and acknowledge it, it is very difficult for you to get over this. So think on this. If you are listening to these sessions, whenever you listen to this session, after this session, do contemplate. This journey is not over with this session here. Do contemplate on this. Oh, which are all the obstacles? Am I carrying any concept about enlightenment? What is that is being stopping me to smile? He said, no, how is Gurudev is that? He's having so much of knowledge, but look at him, just like child, like how he's able to smile through that. All that thing we'll see tomorrow. With that note, we'll take a pause here. Jai Gurudev.